All right, day two, take one. Let's see how many times I get distracted by all of my kids and other things going around. All right, yesterday I talked about doing a startup, right? And the three books that I started reading, I had shoulder surgery just to remind myself, and I had about 12 weeks off of school. I've got 3 weeks left. So it's been nice to think about things and relax and de-stress and focus on healing and also to do some reading. So I picked up a couple of books. Book number one, $1 Million Weekend. It was a pretty good read. um, I did not make $1 million reading this book in a weekend, but it did teach me how to start up a business and to kind of go for it. And the biggest thing is to start collecting sales, selling products before you have everything else set up, because you need to make sure that whatever your product or service is something that other people need and want. And there's no sense in wasting all of your time developing a logo, a brand name, a website, marketing material if nobody wants it. So just get out there and sell it quickly. So it was a pretty good book. It's by Noah Kagan, and he also has some pretty interesting interviews with some billionaires that you can watch and learn a lot from. Noah Kagan. This was a cool book, How to Get Paid for What You Know. And this gentleman, Graham Cochran, talks about basically how to do digital subscriptions, how to build your audience, how to eventually transition from like a platform like YouTube, and you get a lot of viewers, bringing them to what do they call it, a lead page or landing page, where you're offering online digital courses and digital information for purchase. And the cool thing about this is, I think he was very honest about how long something like this takes, and you have to keep at it for even a minimum of 3 years before you are ready to like build an audience. And when you have like a list of emails curated from the people watching your videos, I think he said like it was like 1 out of 1,000 people would convert to like a digital source or subscription. So that was good. I mean, I think I don't know. I'm thinking like I would love to do something to help people who are like DIY people, handymen, those type of people who are just starting out, fixing up their house, like painting, caulking, wanting to try some of these projects. There's a lot of stuff out there, but he was also very big on it's okay if the market's saturated, he said, because you're you and there's only one of you there. So people are going to kind of gravitate towards you, as opposed to somebody else who's teaching the exact same thing, and your knowledge is valuable. And so he was dispelling a lot of the myths of like, what do they call it, imposter syndrome, when you feel like you're not worthy, not good enough to be teaching somebody something, or you're kind of being like a poser, is the way I kind of took it. He says it's very common too for people starting up in businesses. That was good. And this one was a book a little bit later, Building a Story Brand. And yeah, I would recommend this book too. I don't know the first thing when it comes to marketing, at least the right direction to go. And this kind of pointed me in the right direction. And the whole main point of this book by Donald Miller was building your brand into a story. And he just said, hey, people in movies and books, he's like, they love those things because there's a certain storyline that everyone follows. And I liked his focus. His focus was like, what's in it for the customer? And kind of the big aha moment for me, I think, in the last several weeks, just thinking about like, you need to be getting into a business primarily to, make money, but you really want to be customer focused, customer driven. And the one thing that this dude, Graham Cochran, also said is that you really want to over deliver. And all three of these talked about free, giving customers or potential leads like free information. And you can never hurt yourself or your business by giving free stuff. And so that's kind of like a big thing too. I'm thinking in my mind, how can my potential customer in the future, how can I over deliver with them? I think we are nearing the 3-minute or 5-minute mark. So we're going to wrap this up. I had a good day today. I had a meeting with one of my customers who I do manage their home. That is the service I plan to get into, is like a home management service with my focus in doing handyman stuff and DIY. I'm very familiar with homes, kind of like the building process and contractors and contracting and helping homeowners. And I would like to manage any problem that they have, like fixing their home, managing the home, maintaining their home, answer any questions, do the work for them, and also contracting that out for them too, so that they don't have to worry about anything in their home. When they have a question about their home or something goes wrong, I want to be the guy that they call to fix their problem. I think they can be a valuable service to people. So we are in the process of just seeing it. Is that there's need. I've talked to a handful of people and they're like, that's a great idea, but I need to know if that can support my family on this too. It can't just be a business where, if people are not willing to pay X amount of dollars, it's just not going to work out. So we're kind of in that stage right now, is figuring out how to proceed. Yeah. All right. Day 2 is done, and we will do day 3. I'm on quite a roll already.